Hi, I'm Tony Skursky. I'm the broker here at Transactional Realty, and today we're going to be talking about testing for radon. Today with me I have Mike Rothschiller from Pillar and Post. Mike, thanks for coming today.
It's a pleasure, Tony.
You know, a lot of people think that, they have so many things going on when they go to purchase a home, and I think it's an ideal time to find out what hazards are in a home. But a lot of people shy away from testing for radon. How hard is it to test for radon?
It's not hard at all, Tony. Basically what happens is when we get a request for a home inspection, we'll try and set that up at least 2 days before the home inspection because it's a 48-hour test. We take care of all the coordination. The customer doesn't have to worry about that. We'll send out an email to the buyer's realtor, and it'll have all the directions on what we need to have happen so we can set that radon monitor up. They'll forward it to the listing realtor. We'll get permission to set that up at whatever time during the day, and somebody will let us in. We'll go in and we'll set the equipment up just like you see it right here. The only thing that has to happen during the radon test is the EPA and the state of Ohio require us to have closed house conditions. And what that means is all the exterior windows and the exterior doors have to remain closed during that process. It doesn't mean that they can't bring their groceries in or come in from a long day at work and open the door. They just have to remember to close that door when they're all done walking through it.
And then normally then, you wherever you set that, then that has to stay there for 48 hours?
Right, we get permission from the homeowner. We have a form that they sign and it's authorization to do the radon test. And on that form, it tells them about the closed house conditions. It also reminds them not to remove it or tamper with it or put it by an open window. Not that that happens all the time, but we let them know ahead of time and we get them to actually sign off on that. And if we get that, we've met our obligation with the licensing requirements in the state of Ohio.
And then this is also tamper resistant, also probably register if someone tries to move it?
Absolutely. If there's somebody tries to pick it up, there's going to be a little toggle that goes off. If there's a power fluctuation or a failure, we're going to know that power fluctuation. If it's just one movement or one power flux, probably not that big of a deal. But if it's a few hours and we see it going through there, somebody's probably messed with it. What would happen at that point is we would produce the report that gives them the results of the test, but we would not be able to validate the test. And we would send that non-validation along with the email. I'm happy to tell you that rarely happens.
Great, great. So as soon as the test is done, how fast do we get the results, and what's the action plan once we get those results?
When we go to the home inspection, we've already had the radon monitor in there for the 48 hours prior to that. So during that home inspection, I'm actually going to remove the equipment and take it back to the office with me. I explain to the customer that they'll get the results later on that evening when I send them the PDF file of the report. They already get a printed one on site.
Fantastic.
And then later on that evening, I'll have the results in a nice format that they can read and understand. And then I attach that to an email, and I send that email off to the customer with the results on the test. They're basically looking for something less than 4.0 picocuries per liter.
So for 4 and above, is there an action plan for that?
There is an action plan. I would put that number right in the middle of the email, and they get a bunch of information with that email, plus the PDF copy of the report or the text file copy of the report. And in that, it will tell them if your reading is 4.0 picocuries per liter or above, you should mitigate.
Okay.
And it gives them the instructions to mitigate. I'm not licensed for radon mitigation, so there's no conflict of interest there. They get the direct results from me. From there, they would contact a mitigation company and they would explain to them how they can reduce that radon level in that home. And it's a very effective process.
Mike, thanks for showing us how easy it is to test for radon. I appreciate all your expertise in the field.
You're welcome, Tony.
And thanks for tuning in to our Healthy Home video.